Today I will not take the React part. The React session will be tomorrow because I see few people are here today. So let's do some of the array functions which we have not done, and tomorrow we will take the React class and we'll see what we can do in the React one. So let's do small functions related to the array. So array related functions. There are many functions array related. We will see few today and few in few days. There are a lot of functions are there in array, and we should know all the functions. So one of the functions of the array is we have toString. So the function which we have is toString. So let's see how we use toString in the array. So for example, we have the cities equal to Delhi, Mumbai. These are the cities. Los Angeles, or forget about Los Angeles, San Francisco. Okay, so these are the number of cities, 3 cities in one array, and we want to see what happens when I call this toString. So when I call toString, this all will be displayed, comma separated to the user. So I will say console.log cities.toString. Okay, so I call cities.toString, and let's see what it is showing. So it is showing Delhi, Mumbai, and San Francisco. Same thing we can do with another example. Var array equal to, I will create 1, 2, a, 1a. I created an array, and then I will do console.log of array.toString. So it will convert the array to a string, and I will see 1, 2a, and 1a, comma separated as a string. So this array will now look like a string. Okay, so this is the behavior of toString. So let's see what will happen if I pass the object. So if I have an array and if I have the object inside it, for example key 1 and key 2, let's try to convert this into the string. So let's see what will happen. So here you will see we won't be able to see what is exactly in the object. It's saying that there's some object is there. Which object, what object, it doesn't say that. So this is not useful for objects. It is useful for all other things in the array. But if we have something like object, then this will not show proper response. Okay, so this is the first thing you can write down. I will create in the array. I will make 009 to string.txt. So I'll put it here. You can copy the code. Okay, so just copy the toString part. Then I'll move to another function of the array. I'll give you 1 minute to write down this toString. If you write down now in front of me, then you don't have to work after the class. But if you think that you will do later, then you have to sit separately and do it again. Okay, let's go to another function now, and we'll see another function of the array. So there is one sort function of the array which we will see in few days, because sort is very big and it will take 1 or 2 days to do only sort part. So I'll not take sort today, but I'll take another few functions related to array. I'll take another function is the reverse function. So reverse will make if we have array 1, 2, 3, then it will reverse 3 to 1. That is, it will reverse from the end to the first. That is what reverse function do. So for example, if I have cities, let's see what cities is doing. So we have the cities with Delhi, Mumbai and San Francisco. Okay, let's create again. So we will create the cities equal to San Francisco, Mumbai, Delhi, Mumbai, San Francisco. And if I say cities.reverse, when I say reverse, the main cities variable is now reversed. So San Francisco will be the first, Mumbai second, and Delhi third. Now if I do console.log of cities, it will be San Francisco, Mumbai and Delhi. So we shifted from 0, 1, 2 to 2, 1, 0. So we started now San Francisco first, then Mumbai and Delhi. So we reverse the order. So we can, there is, for example, we have the string, for example, string equal to hello world, and we want to reverse the string. So we can also use this reverse property of the array, though this reverse property is for the array, not for the string. So first we have to convert the string to the array. So to convert the string to array, we have another property of the string called as split. So we can use a split and we can convert the string to array. So for example, I can say var a equal to string.split. So this is the string. I split it, and I put empty. I put just a string 1. I don't put inside it anything. So what it will do, it will take each letter into the array. So now when I do A, you will see HELLO WORLD. So all the letters of the string got converted into the array. Now we want to reverse it. So I can say a.reverse. Now if I check A, you will see hello world is reversed. So this is one of the way to reverse the string. Though we can use a for loop and we can create another string which will take from the backward to the front. But this is the direct method that we take the string, split it, and then we reverse it. So we reverse the word. And now if you want to convert this array to string, we can use join. So there is another method called a join. So I will say a.join, and I will pass empty string. So it will be dlrow. So when we want to convert hello world to reverse order, I will first do split, then I do reverse, and then I do join. So I will get reverse order of the string. So this reverse is used in some of the examples like I have shown here. Rest reverse is very easy, so I will not go much on the reverse. I will just copy it and I will put it in the file, so you can copy it. 1 second. Okay, so let's go here and I will do reverse. Okay, so I did reverse of this one, and you can write down, go on write down. So first I did split, after split I did reverse, and then I use the join. I got the reverse of the string. So you can write down this reverse part. Sort is not difficult, but sort has many subparts, and to explain that subparts, it will take time. It's not difficult. Sort is easy. Just we need to understand few things, because sort will be used highly in our real projects. So you should understand sort properly, and I want everyone to pay attention. And today the students are less. I don't want to take sort or React today, but you should know sort very well, because it will be used in all our projects. You have seen real estate website. They sort based on beds, number of bars, square feet. So sort is used too much in the real world. So I want to devote some time on the sort. Okay, so we're done with the reverse. Let's take another part of the array. We have many functions in array, and every function is very important. Most of the functions are used in the practical world. Next function of the array is called isArray method. So this will check if the passed variable is array or not. So for example, if I create a variable array equal to 1, 2, 3, so this variable is array, and if I want to check if this is array or not, I will say var check equal to array dot. So array is the main core functionality of the array. So generally we call that core functionality, like we create new object also, or we create new string. So these are the different ways to create the string object or array object or new array. So like this, we can create new array also, new string, new object, and new number, new boolean. Another way to create a variable, but we can call this array as a main part of the JavaScript, and I can say dot is array. So remember, in checking the is array, we don't pass arr dot. We don't say arr dot is array. Okay, this will not work. So we have to call the main array functionality of the JavaScript, and I have to say is array, and I have to pass the variable name. What is the variable name? This is the variable name. Then I do this, and then I will check will be true, because this is the array, and I'm checking the is array is true or not. Let's take few examples. I will do console.log of array.isArray. Here I will pass different value variable. One is array, one is numeric, one is boolean, and I will see what I am getting it. So I will copy this. So let's pass the array first. I will pass 1, 2, 3 in array format. So it's saying it's a true. If I pass string, for example, x, y, z, so it is saying false. So when I pass object, for example, key equal to 1, I'm passing object, so it is saying false. Let's pass boolean value. So it is false because this is a boolean, not an array. So if only we are passing array, we will get it true. Otherwise, in every case, we will get false. You know, many times we have to check whether the pass variable is object or array. So this function will be used a lot to check whether the pass variable is array or not. And this is very useful in practical world. So let's copy it and create. It is very simple. These are the simple functions which we have to learn. 1 it is called is array. Just write down this one. I will remove the undefined part. This is saying true. This is saying false. This is saying false. This is saying false. Okay. So just write down this one. So if the pass variable is array, then only I will get true, otherwise I will get false. Okay, so question came here, what is difference between CSS and SCSS? So you write down this one, then I will explain what is the difference between CSS and SCSS. Okay. Okay, let's talk about CSS and SCSS. Now, CSS, which we saw, is called the cascading style sheet, and this is something which we have seen. We have to create a style tag. We have to use a style tag, and we have to build a style tag. We have to give the different properties, like border, margin, padding to different element of the HTML. That is what the CSS. Everybody knows what is the CSS. Now, since few years, we got a SCSS. SCSS and SAS. SCSS and SAS are the two, and we have the less also. So the less is similar to them, but it has little bit different syntax. So SCSS and SAS are the different version of CSS where we write the code with different functionalities. Okay, and that functionality, so when we write in the SCSS or the SAS, it is written in a different format, and then it is later compiled to CSS. So it becomes handy to write the things in the SCSS and SAS, and it is because it has a lot of functionalities in the CSS, and that we can utilize in our code. So let's see. So this is the full form is syntactically awesome style sheet. So basically it comes in the two version, SCSS and SAS, and both are similar, but both writing style is little different. In one we give the spacing, and in one we give the $sign to create the variable, and little bit syntax is different, but both are similar in the implementation. So here, what lot of functionalities are there? For example, I'll show you some functionalities. So, wait. Okay. So in the SCSS, we write down, create a variable like $font stack, and we create this variable, and we can use this variable in any of our code. So like this. So if I want to use this at many places, I will create this variable, and then I can use it at any places. Then whenever if I want to change it, I will change here, and every place it will be changed. Whereas if I write something in the CSS, I have to change every place where I have this variable, or with this font size, I have to change it everywhere. Or color is #333. If I use primary color, if I want to change the color, I will use primary color, and I can change everywhere. Though in CSS also we can create variables, but this is the one example I'm showing. There are a lot of things which are only in SCSS, not in the CSS. And SAS has little bit different syntax. For example, here you see semicolon, it's ended with a semicolon. With the SAS, there is no semicolon. It is no curly bracket. So there is difference in the little bit coding style. So it's up to you. And once you write down the code here, you have to compile it and convert it into the CSS. So basically, it gives the developer a lot of tools in the CSS, and it will help us a lot in completing our task, because we can create functions, we can do nesting part like this. In the CSS, we have to write the nav, and under nav I have to use UL. But here nav I create, and if I want to UL under it, I will put curly bracket. So this will decrease our coding work, and it is helpful a lot in many places. We have partials, we have the mix modules, we have the mixins, we have extend inheritance. So these are the additional utilities which we can use in SCSS or SAS, but not in the CSS. So that will help us a lot. So we will go through it in detail when time comes. Now it's not the time to go with this one. We have operators, a lot of things are there. Okay, so you completed this one, right? Let's do one more function of the array. Let me see what I can show you today. So next function is we use the indexOf. What to use? IndexOf. Okay, this is the array function which we use. IndexOf is used in searching the array with a specified element. Okay, so I will show you with example, you will understand. So for example, if I have cities equal to Delhi, Mumbai, Los Angeles, London, I want to search Delhi or Mumbai or Los Angeles, and I want the index at which it exists. So for example, Mumbai is at 1 number index, Los Angeles has the 2 number index. So when I want to search, and if I want to see if this particular Los Angeles exists at which index, then I use the indexOf function of the array. So for example, I will say console.log of, or I can put in the variable var position is equal to cities dot index of. I will say index of. Now which element I want to search. For example, if I want to search Mumbai, so if I want to do console.log of position, so what will be it will give? It will give number 1, because the position of Mumbai is at number 1. So index of means it will give the index, the numbering 0, 1, 2, 3. So it will give the index of the position. If I press enter, I will get 1, because 1 is the Mumbai at the position 1. Let's change this to let's change this 1 second. So let's change this to Los Angeles or Delhi. And when I do, position is 0. And if, for example, if I give something which doesn't exist in the array, then I will get a position of the -1. So if I get -1, I can say that the element does not exist in the array. So if we want to find whether my element exists in the array or not, we generally use indexOf. Okay, so everyone write down this indexOf. This is the last thing which we did today. You can do the indexOf. Sorry, I will put in the class. Okay, so indexOf is very useful. It is used many times in the real world. All the functions of the array are very important, and somehow they will be used in all of your projects. So this indexOf or isArray or sort or splice. Concat is not used much, but splice is used a lot. isArray is used a lot. indexOf is used a lot. So these are the things which is used practically in many of the projects. So many people think they want to run React, but what is the React? React is only the framework. A lot of things will come from the JavaScript. So if you don't know the JavaScript, the React is useless. React is only 10% of the work. Rest all is the JavaScript. So if you know the JavaScript, writing the React will be very easy, because today is React. Tomorrow it will be replaced with React 2, React 10, React 14 or React or Angular or whatever it is. So in every framework, 10% job is of the framework, rest all is JavaScript. So if you know the JavaScript, whenever the React will change to another version, you need to only understand the syntax of the another version, rest everything will be JavaScript. So don't think that if you know the React, you know everything. If you know JavaScript, then React is only 10%. You have to just invest time in understanding how the React works. Rest everything, whatever we write the code, it is all pure JavaScript. And array is one of the main concepts of the JavaScript which we are learning. And this is something which will be used in all the projects. Yes, so if you know JavaScript, then React, Angular or Vue, you can learn easily in 15-20 days yourself, and you can work in any technology. If you get job of Angular, you can work in Angular. If you get job of Vue, you can work in Vue. If you get React job, you can do React job. Okay, so main core is JavaScript. So now when we will do the projects, you will see how I am doing the projects in JavaScript, and similar concept will be used in Angular or Vue, but we will be doing in the React, since you have to practice React. But if you, whatever the functionality I will write, it is all JavaScript. Only the framework part, which is the 10%, I will use the React. Otherwise, mostly 90% is JavaScript. So that's all for today. See you tomorrow. If you have questions, you can put in the chat, or you can ask today or tomorrow. Okay, what is your question?